on Mr. Dream. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
It's good. I did handicap the NBA for today. I did not handicap the cup. I really don't care much about the cup, to be honest with you, Dream.
Yeah, I mean, looks like OKC's gonna wrap it up. So yeah.
I mean, are they going to be double digit favorites over anybody in this NBA Cup Finals? It's on a neutral court.
Well, I just checked. They're 8.5 point favorites versus Spurs. So we'll see. I'll at least be interested in watching that game. I don't know about betting it, but I'll be interested in watching it just to see how Wemby affects OKC. But yeah.
Right, that's where it's kind of annoying because we've got Wemby who might be back in action all of a sudden. We do know that we do have some metrics with the Spurs with and without Wemby. However, do we just stay away then?
I mean, personally, I would, because you can always hop in live, but I'm just more interested to see how the teams match up because it looks like it's going to be a foregone conclusion that OKC wins this year. So the Spurs have a great young lineup of guards. So it'll be interesting to see those young guards and De'Aaron Fox go against that hellacious nonstop pressure of the OKC defense. And then Wemby's the all in be all. So we'll see what happens. But maybe.
We've got a rematch, the Magic and the Knicks. And the Knicks, that was the game that sent Franz Wagner off the floor and got a little banged up and injured. Anything in that rematch?
Oh, goodness, no. These teams have already played like 5 times this year. I don't want any parts of that. I don't even in general. I just had a conversation with my viewers on my show a few days ago. Seems like Orlando and even the Knicks, I just don't enjoy betting because the example I use is like the Pistons versus Orlando. So, if you're doing your research and you come across, let's say, you're capping against the Pistons or you're capping for the Pistons and you come across, a team that the Pistons going against and they give up a bunch of assists, or they give up, 30 points to a 3-level scorer, or they give up a bunch of threes, or they give up double-digit rebounds. Like, when you see that during your research, you kind of know if you're betting on Detroit where to go. So Cade for the assists, maybe for the points plus assists, Duncan Robinson for the threes, Jalen Duren for the rebounds. It doesn't always go that way, but it's pretty kind of, it's pretty easy,
Yeah.
A team like Orlando, not so much. If you got if you feel like, okay, somebody should get double-digit rebounds versus this team, who on Orlando can you trust? Wendell Carter Jr., good luck with that. Goga Bitadze, good luck with that. Paolo Banchero, okay. Same thing with the threes. Maybe Desmond Bane, but do me a favor and look at Desmond Bane's last 10, 15 games. You want to bet that his threes? You never know.
His threes were the play 2 years ago.
Right. Now, and he can always have a game where he shoots 5 of 9, but it's not consistent. So personally, I tend to stay away from Orlando Magic games. They kind of remind me of the Raptors. If you look at like Raptor props, like their whole starting lineup is between 15.5 and 20.5 points, except for Ingram. He'll be at like 23.5. It's like it's kind of like throwing a dart trying to make it just not the biggest fan of some teams. So to answer your question, I won't be watching it. I think the Knicks win, but I won't be watching it. I don't like really betting on Orlando, and their games don't really do too much for me. But I think the Knicks
very
win.
Slow. I agree. They're a really tough game and tough team to handicap. John Mack says, my buddy was asking me about taking a DK bet plus 475 OKC does not lose back-to-back games this season. What do you think?
Wow. I actually like that more than everybody talking about betting on.
I feel like plus 475 is not enough value to not lose back-to-back games.
Well, the way I look at it, it does seem kind of low. The way I'm looking at it is people are thinking that this team may go 75-7 or 74-8. So if you're under the assumption that this team is going to lose less than 10 games, then it would make sense they don't lose any back-to-back games all year. So I personally would probably bet that before I bet them to win 75 games or whatever's out there for like plus 500, plus 550 personally.
This is a good point, though. He said, I think OKC lets the gas off the pedal for a while after they potentially win the cup. So maybe up until the break, or you think that they're really striving for going for the best record?
I'm a natural skeptic, so I don't like to kind of drink the Kool-Aid if everybody's drinking it. But this OKC team, they're so young, they're so defensive minded, and they're so deep that if you miss how are they going to take their foot off the pedal? They haven't even, J Dub is just now playing. Chet's going to probably miss 10 or 15 games. Like, people are in and out of the lineup. So many guys are trying to prove their point. Lou Dort's back. Like, you're always going to have Wiggins just waiting to come in and drop 20. You're always going to have AJ Mitchell just waiting in to drop 20. Nobody's even talking about Caruso so far this season. Case and Watt, like, they're just too deep. Honestly, they're just too deep. So I don't see them taking it. They can't. It's impossible. The way they play, you can't take your foot off the gas.